Are you ready to take your podcast to the next level? Then look no further than NAST Studios, located in Seattle's Pioneer Square. Hi, I'm Blake. I'm the owner, in-house producer, and editor. We've got 3 cameras to capture every moment and can host up to 8 mics, ensuring your podcast looks and sounds professional. We've got affordable pricing for podcasters at all levels. So what are you waiting for? Visit www.naststudios.com. Welcome, everyone, to the NAST podcast.
Yeah.
My name is NAST, and here today I'm with a comedian that I recently saw at Monica Nevi's secret show. She's been doing it for over 10 years, and I kind of got introduced to it maybe 2 years ago now, but I try to go every first Friday of every month. You guys should go, too, if you can. They had someone drop in named Dedrick Flynn. He's a comedian. And he's all the way here from... Are you originally from Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia.
So you've watched the TV show Atlanta?
Yeah. We I did some stuff around there too. I love that TV show.
Oh, you're like one of the main characters in it, right?
Yeah. No, they don't tell you.
You were Paperboy.
I was Paperboy. Man, I've been getting a lot. What's his Daniel Kaluuya. They've been killing me.
But the Get Out guy.
Yeah, I looked at it. I look like, especially like when he did was the cowboy thing. Like he's dressed just like me. Yeah. I like sent a picture to my mom and she was like, "Oh, I like the outfit." She didn't even recognize it.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
So are you like country then? Are you a country guy?
Yeah. Country also city at the same time. Like where I grew up, especially like South Side, like there's just all kind of versions of like just redneck. So there's like I grew up with like Filipino rednecks, Dominican rednecks, Mexican rednecks, like black redneck. Like it's just like so everybody like.
Were there any white rednecks?
Yeah, of course. That's where they started. That's what it is. But I mean, I love them, man. Like it was cool living in a neighborhood. Like I know chores in like 8 different languages just because like when you go to their house, like that's your mom. So like I have like I was telling it's a comic out here, Chris Mejia.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him. I was like, yeah, I was raised Dominican for like 5 years. Like amazing. Part Dominican. Like I went to the churches, like I could make the food. Cause it's like when you over there, you just family. So it's like when you go, you stay at a friend's house. So like I grew up with like just literally every like genre of person that you could think of, but they were like rednecks. Like they were just like they speak the language like all Spanish, and then they come in like, "Hey man, you want to go get a a Bud Light?"
Like so you're like right outside Atlanta,
or both. So it's like when I was originally born in Phoenix, and then we moved to Indianapolis, and then so I've been in Atlanta since '94. I was like 4 or 5 years old, and so we moved to the east side, and then afterwards we moved to the south side, like Ellenwood, Georgia, like Crime Mob and all those like. So it's like south side Atlanta. So it's like when you're out there, like literally. You can really 20 minutes outside of any city is the country. Yeah. So it's like it's even literally here, like it's like right there. Like we got the East Atlanta Cowboys. I got homeboys that do like rodeos and then like like they be cowboyed up and then we straight to the Air Force Ones and white t-shirts. Like that's just like normal for us. Like Memphis dudes. Like it's just like some people are just country and city at the same time, but still like. Everything we eat is country. Like we all know the same Southern songs. We all know the same country song. Like everybody know each other. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not as divided as somebody wants to make it seem. Like it's
probably more divided in Seattle than it is in.
Oh, for sure.
So what have you been outside of Seattle and Washington? Like have you been to like the rural-ish areas of?
Nobody invited me, so I didn't go.
Yeah, you don't want to be invited.
I do want to be invited, man. They gotta listen, man. I love a bonfire. I love tubing. I love like I love being outside. So it's like if I go to like Tacoma, like I was supposed to go down because I was going to the Monster Jam.
Okay.
I love Monster Jam.
Wait, there's a Monster Jam going on in the city right now?
No, that was like a week or so ago.
Oh, what? I didn't
even know.
Okay.
I love Monster Jam. There
we go.
It's just gymnastics. it's like 3 events, like it's like skill competition, like it
Yeah.
really is like an art. It should, I believe, be in the Olympics, but nobody.
The Monster Jam.
I think Monster Jam should be in the Olympics the exact same way they do it. They do like the mini races, and then they do the they do the skills challenge where they do like a wheelie, which is real tight, like either front, but it's like you know how talented you have to be to do that. And I have never had a bad interaction at a Monster Jam ever.
Okay.
I know everybody thinks it just yee don't even mean that bad, but like it's yee. Like there's I went to one in like San Diego, and there was like this giant Samoan family that was there next to this black family, next to this Mexican family, next to this like white family, next to this and nobody's arguing. Like everybody is so supportive. Everybody's having a great. It's like going to a funk concert. Like, you don't need security. Like you don't need these are all great. Everybody's just like smoking joints on this side and then coming back and being like, man, I want to see your truck do a backflip. And I'm right there. I love trucks doing backflips. Like I like that. It makes me happy. Like I don't think if you can go to a Monster Jam and you can have a bad time, then you should have to like leave or something like you should have to like leave the country. I don't know. Like somebody should get you out of there. You are not you're not purebred American.
I feel that. I just got into like filming wrestling.
Oh,
like there's this thing called Defy. How long are you going to be in the city for here?
I'll leave on the 30th, and then I'll come back, and then I'll probably like here like the end of February.
On February 9th, there's another one, but there's like this thing called Defy Wrestling, which is like intermediate WWE, basically.
Yeah.
So basically, like some WWE people come down to Defy.
I like that.
But like I got into like filming the wrestling podcast where they bring the people backstage, and like I'm the producer for that. But yeah, that's something I would think was just
baller.
like
I love AEW. I love all things.
Yeah.
It got down south wrestling in Georgia. That's our like intermediate.
Yeah,
I go to those all the time. Like,
yeah.
I love wrestling. Who's your favorite wrestler?
I just got into it. I don't know. Isn't that crazy?
Where was you at before?
I thought it was like a white
How
thing.
did you get on the bus? That's what everybody, I swear, everybody thinks anime and wrestling is just white people. You find me a black dude who don't know who Stone Cold Steve Austin is.
Okay.
Just find me one. Find me one black dude who has no idea who Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rocket. Like
Fair.
they all got favorite wrestlers. Like every single rapper had like Rick. Everybody knows. Like it's just like same thing. Everybody, I don't care how gay you are, you know Dragon Ball Z. What was you talking about on the bus? That's the only thing is if you weren't watching
Little
Monday
Dicky.
Night Raw,
I was talking about
or
Little Dicky
SmackDown,
on the bus.
Yeah.
Do you know Little Dicky?
I do know.
That's what I was talking about on the school.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh, bro, you brand new.
I'm brand new.
You just started living.
No,
You ain't even been here before. Why?
okay. Well,
Because I'm 33.
okay.
That's what I know why Jesus got up out of here at 33, bro, because this is just dim after that.
Oh, my gosh.
Look at you. You still got vitality in your eyes. You
still have hope in your
You
eyes.
ain't drink no Four Locos. You don't know what it's like. You didn't smoke mid out of a Coke can.
No,
You don't know. You don't know about how you make a bong out of a Gatorade bottle.
I don't know.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I do know. I'm living in a time where you can get mushroom gummies down the street now,
You
which
said
is crazy.
living in a time. See,
Isn't
that's
that
what I'm just-
awesome? I didn't know you can
Yeah,
buy
that is hype.
shrooms, but you're not legally allowed to buy shrooms. But like but basically like my friend gave me some like mushroom gummies. It's like synthetic. So now we have to be like synthetic mushrooms versus organic.
Synthetic? Which one is gonna get me happy? That's all I care about. As long as it's not too much science. Like I like that's. I think
It's not
that
too much science.
like everybody talks about like they don't want preservatives in their food, but then it's like, how do you think like some of my family members have been living this long? Like I'm talking about like in
or
pristine.
dying early. I don't know. If
They
you
never
percent-
die early, dude. Crackheads never die early. People who eat M&Ms every day never die early. People who drink Coca-Colas never die early.
Michael
It's just-
Jackson died early.
Michael Jackson.
I was watching
died.
his documentary where he only ate M&Ms towards the end of his life. And he'd have like 3 or 4 and just pop them in. So he was like anorexic.
Listen,
But
dude.
well, he may have lived if he hadn't been with that doctor.
If he hadn't, there's a lot of things that could have existed.
I've been kind
So,
of
like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of. The last tour is gonna be called "This Is It." He called it like
Yeah.
Swish.
yeah.
So
I've been
early, yes. I love his music. Who he is as a person. There's
okay, R. Kelly or Michael Jackson.
R. Kelly, man, that man can sing
Oh,
and he
no.
could write a song. But he's such a bad guy.
Did he write the song though?
He wrote a lot of songs, man.
We had someone transcribe him because he can't even read or write, right?
Man,
so he had a beautiful transcriber.
I think he just remembered all of them. It's like it's like back in the day, like when we used to like rap, like you just wrote a rap and then like you memorized it, and like you can memorize like your whole before you even go to record it. Like you knew all the songs in there. So I think he just like sitting around just singing to himself because bro, he'd be writing some good stuff. Bro.
Yeah. There's some good ones. You just can't play them around people.
You just can't. At black barbecues, like they just,
I don't know.
You just kind of.
I don't know.
You never. It's like you're not. That's what I'm saying. Like they're starting to separate. Like everybody's kind of being like, my playlist is trash without R. Kelly.
No.
Like you can't barbecue ribs without at least 2 R. Kelly songs. Like it's just like something that even something he wrote. Because I'm saying people don't even know the songs that he wrote for people. Like there's Maxwell big songs that we play. Like you don't even know all the stuff he's written. So it's like it's hard. It's so hard not to. It's like to dodge a R. Kelly song. It's like real. Like it's
I guess
hard.
it's easier to dodge.
Yeah, and in Seattle, y'all don't have that many places that play stuff like that. Like y'all can.
Yeah, my friend just opened a new barbecue restaurant. I was just there before I came here, and he's turned it into like part club theme too, right? And he's like, we're not going to play any, and he's a black guy, and he's like, we're just not going to play any hip hop music at all. So it's like Seattle is like, we already see people in Seattle already don't like hip hop music, and then like then because they don't like black people, right? Seattle already doesn't like black people, and then when they're like, okay, let's allow hip hop into clubs, then a club gets shot up, and now no one wants to play hip hop music. So like, you won't hear R. Kelly in.
That's so crazy. And they think that's not what happened. Seattle killed me. Oh my gosh. I like how they say no hip hop. Like, you just don't want anybody having a good time.
Yeah, like a lot of acts just skip Seattle.
Yeah, because
or they just don't come. Like, do you know who Pink Sifu is? Pink Sifu was on my show, and like he was just on. He's been on like Talib Kweli's podcast. He was just on Danny Brown's podcast. He has a song with A$AP Rocky. Like he's popping off, and he's super cool, right? Yeah. And he's a big stoner though. Like he's huge stoner. So like when he was on stage, it wasn't the best show I've ever seen. He was zoinked out of his mind. But like this guy is like, he has like everyone on his side right now. And he came to Seattle. His PR team gave me the tickets, and like there was probably like 10 people in the crowd, right? So if you bring an artist to Seattle that is a hip hop artist and they allow it, no one's gonna really come out unless it's like Drake. But
I think the thing is that rap music is sunshine music, and Seattle doesn't have any sunshine, so y'all can't really relate.
Wait, how's it sunshine?
Like, you know, I don't know if rap, like especially hip hop. Hip hop is definitely like I'm cooling, breezing, running through the floor. Like y'all don't know what it's like to drop a top and just with the breeze in your hair.
What you know about Will Smith's Summertime? What you know about Will Smith's Summertime?
Anything, bro. Like Tupac, I get around. We had to beat shirts off, like you know what I'm saying, jigging, ribs, eating. Like you know, y'all don't know what that's like. Like y'all have no idea how fun that is, and y'all have no idea because it's so cloudy and rainy. Like it's like
what do you know about Billie Eilish?
Man, I know she had more fun in Atlanta.
Oh my gosh!
I'm just there's just because there's certain like country songs. Like some people don't understand until you like live that life. Like you have no idea how much
country music.
I love country music.
Oh God!
I love bluegrass. I love country music. It's like what's the difference? Either I'm riding around in my whip, I'm riding around in my truck.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I like my women by my side.
Yeah.
We drink this to have a good time. I get all of my friends together to go do the activities we all enjoy. Okay. Y'all gonna stop playing like horseshoes ain't fun. Y'all gonna stop playing like bowling ain't the steez. Like y'all gonna stop like it's just like they're gonna keep acting like Southern people are the only people in America who have their own food. Like cages, we have our own food. Like that's it. Everything else y'all from over there. Y'all jumping on the train from over there. Like no, down south we know exactly what to do. Like this, and it's spread. It's like, oh, we like it. We might change it this way. We might change it this way. Spice levels might be different, but it's like, don't act like you can't come down there and have a good time. I'm not gonna act like NASCAR ain't fun. Have you been to NASCAR? You should go.
I have not.
They
been.
keep lying to you. They don't want you to be happy, bro. They don't want you to be happy. You show me anybody who's been on a 4-wheeler who just eat red ribs and who's having a bad time, bro. Say what you want about this country boys. Have you drank in the back of a truck? And it's fun. It's so much fun.
Sounds illegal.
It's not illegal. Everybody do it. The sheriff there with us.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So what do you enjoy about Seattle so far? Because first of all, you're on some type of road trip thing, or this is your. Are you like you're doing like RV life or?
Well, kind of. I'm just RV. I got a Honda CRV. No, so we were. First I had got. I was doing the TikToks for Atlanta United, our soccer team. I was like their brand ambassador through Major League Soccer, and so I had a small moment in time where they have like the strikes were going on, so nothing's getting filmed. Kind of even still, like there's still a lot of people who are out of jobs right now just because of like the contracts. And so I ran into my boy Wiley, who's like one of the greatest editors, and his team, which is like Rock and Egg and Media team. And I told him I've been really, really wanting to do like my style of writing for like these skits and make this show, which is really wild, but it's like, it's me. And because a lot of times it's either hit or miss, like everything just worked out in that time where we just like, me and him made a pinky promise. It's like, hey, let's get together, let's write some scripts, we'll film it. And so we did that show, and we were doing like the content for Atlanta United at the same time. At the same time, we're also like, we filmed like my comedy special, and then so like we have like this first episode. So like after we filmed all of that, like that's 6 months of like just working, and then like one day we can hit in all of our friends that can come film, and we get everybody together. But we're also doing that, so I was like, let me just get, I just wanted to get out of the city because I've been there for 6 months, and I don't really stay in the same place too long.
So you're like, are you a road comic?
Yeah, kind of. I'm just a road person. Like I love seeing new things. I love meeting new people. I love seeing how like people live. Like I was a ethics and philosophy major. Like I love studying people. Like even if somebody feels like somebody else is wrong, I can still understand why somebody got there. Like I thrive on understanding. So same thing about like the jokes I do. They're wild, but like you understand. Like it, no matter how silly it is, like it's understood because it's like I watch people. I want to know like what do these people like. When I went to karaoke last night at Unicorn,
nice.
I didn't know 98% of the songs, but that's because like they didn't grow up where I like. You know Journey, what I mean? Yeah. They didn't do any Journey. They did do Bohemian Rhapsody. I killed that. We did some like it's kind of jumping, but it's like everywhere in the nation, like there are certain songs that they do for karaoke. Like in Atlanta, like they're one of my favorite karaoke spots my boy JoJo runs. They do like it's literally a mix of like R&B, hardcore metal songs, and like country songs. So it's like but everybody knows all the songs, but they like that doesn't exist over. And it's cool to see like, oh, y'all like this, and y'all like this is how y'all react, and y'all do this. Like if even like in like I love like metal, like every city mosh is different. Like everybody doesn't mosh the same.
But
like
that would mean every city likes different music. Or
even if it's the same music, they still react differently. And like you know what I mean? Like it's
how does Seattle react to music?
Or
even comedy, both.
Comedy, I think there's I think kind of like Seattle's getting to the point where they like want to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain crowds, like when I do crowds in the like I know everybody's scared of doing crowds in the South, but those like there are people who actually come out who just want to have fun. and that like they're looking to come laugh. So if you're looking to come laugh, or if you're looking to have like an opinion, like some people come and then like you just see them like like they're not even having fun. Like you bought these tickets for no reason.
Yeah.
Like you didn't even come to have fun. You came here to analyze. Like and I've been at like shows, like band shows where people are just doing like you just like, bro, like you can like dance, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like if you want to dance, dance. If you want like whatever, however you want to groove, groove. But like just be grooving. I don't care whatever. Like if you want to make you sing along, if you want to make you clap, if you want to like, I don't never like jump like because I say like how you react to the music, like but like look like you came here to be a part of the show. Like there are some people like, so there are some people who are like, yo, this is the only night I got off. I got a babysitter. This is the only night I can drink. Like, you know, me and my wife haven't had sex in 6 weeks. Like, and so they're coming to laugh. Like you're not gonna laugh harder than somebody who came to laugh. Like, you know what I mean? Like like you probably heard me. Like I was fucking like I'd be cackling. Like I cackle at comments because I came here to like laugh. I didn't come here to see if this comic was better than me or like.
Do you get high before, like how much of it is it like an act versus like you're like out of your mind on stage?
I'm never really out of my. I'm out of my mind just in normal. But no, it's there's some, but it's like when it's showtime, it's showtime.
Right. That's fair.
I don't believe in giving the benefit of the doubt to myself when you're a performer. If the audience didn't like me, that's my fault. I should have been prepared, but then I'll go home and like think about like, okay, well maybe. Like, cause when I filmed myself, just because like I would film the crowd instead of filming my set, so I could see, cause you could see somebody's face. Like I might have like mumbled over this, or I could have used a better word or this word, cause they were still like thick. Cause like sometimes you say something, somebody's like whispering me, like, what does that mean? Or they didn't like. So I need to explain that better. So then you come in there. So it's like, but when you're on stage and you're like, okay, I want to be an act. Like the writing is always precious. Like that is like I'm a wordsmith. I love words. I read books all the time just to see how people like when I read J.R. Tolkien, I'll go back and look at my set and be like, oh, I see how he described this.
I need more Bilbo Baggins jokes.
Yeah, I need more Bilbo Baggins jokes, dude. There's like, cause you just never know until you like evaluate it with different writing. So it's like when I come in there, I perform. Like I've seen like nobody cares about what your day was. I don't like people who use comedy as therapy. Comedy is not therapy. Comedy is it's supposed to be there to make people laugh. It's not there for you to work out there. They have places for that. That like nobody wants to come here to get bummed out, bro. Like people like it's like, oh man, I'm so glad I came here to hear about what I was going through at home. Like no, like come out, bring your life, bring your experience, share that with somebody. Like that's where the art is in it for me. When you can see somebody being like, this is who I am, this is how I view things. Like see if you understand me, and then that makes a better connection. Like with people who really want to be your audience, not like like I've seen so many specials and it's just like people just saying stuff that I already saw. Like I don't, if I see one more famous comedian talk about Chris Rock getting slapped, he talked about it.
Dave Chappelle did a good job.
Yeah,
did you watch Dave's new special?
No matter what Dave does, it's going to be good. But it's like,
I don't know. There's a lot of people who just think he's a trans asshole, trans hater asshole. I don't know.
He's gonna keep. You can't. He's a comic's view is to be free. I want to be free. I don't want any, like that's the beautiful thing about doing stand-up comedy. I get to come up here, say how I feel about things. This is my freedom to be able to do that. And I want to encourage you to start thinking that way, that you don't have to think this way because somebody said something. I want to show you how to freely think and create art with your brain. And then the art is that you could say something and make somebody laugh. So as soon as you tell somebody who thinks like that, you can't say this, I'm doing it. I'm gonna show you how free I am. I'm good no matter what. Anybody who thinks in that same way, somebody's like, you can't play the guitar that way. How many times did Jimi Hendrix get stuff thrown at him? No, I'm gonna go show you I can. When somebody told Eddie Murphy, no, you can't cuss, I'm gonna go show you I can. Richard Pryor, I'm gonna go like, oh, every single football player, anybody, as soon as you said no, now, all right, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you was stupid. I can't wait I'm gonna keep doing it. Because it makes you mad because you missed what I was trying to say, because like he never intentionally says anything to hurt him, but he's always been saying all these things. But you can't move things around. It's like, no, this is where I think this is funny. If you don't think this is funny, turn it off.
It's just weird when people are like, oh, I don't listen to this person because I heard they're an asshole. I'm like, what?
Dude, go form your own opinion. That's my point. You never wanted to be free, so I didn't want you there to start off with. I don't care what nobody say. The worst crowds I've ever had were the two worst crowds I've ever had in my entire life were liberal vegans. The best crowd I've ever had in my life was in Huntsville, Alabama, and I had a time, bro. We were all laughing. Like some ladies laughed at this, and then it triggered somebody else's weird laugh, and we're all just laughing about laughing. And it was like, bro, I left I got paid more for the vegan, but it was like I feel like I got more out of that crowd. Like they just came there to have fun. Like no matter what you say, you be like, hey man, like in 10 years you might not be able to say the word purple. And then now they're just like, he has strong opinions. Like nobody has strong.
Well, do you think that crowds have become more critical of comedy, or do you think that's always been the case? That like there's always been people.
No, like, they have more accessibility to vocalize it.
Do you think comedy was ever like rock and roll though, or like people?
It's always been rock and roll. It's
like rock and roll in the sense that people are like trying to like make sure people couldn't say what they wanted to say or create the art they wanted to create. Well, or is that like a more of a modern thing because of the accessibility?
No, they've been doing that since the beginning. Like, you know, like if you weren't like storytellers versus one-liners, like one-liners for, you know, a long time were the biggest comics. And then you got the storytellers that came in. And then I will say that the thing that changed is the turnover rate for someone to accept art is different. And also the way people are giving it. I don't like that some people just spend a year and now they have a special. Like, at what point did you grow? Because you got to grow with the joke.
Yeah.
This is done. This is finished. And not only did I take this all around the country a couple times, because it used to be like 2 years, they would tour with this thing and grow. And you change while you tour. Like, that's the same thing. When I come to Seattle, I'm like, oh, they laughed at this, they laughed at this, they laughed at that. Okay, cool. So now I know the next joke, like in my head, like, because I mean, that's really what stand-up comedy. I'm saying one thing, thinking about what I'm going to say later, looking at the crowd, seeing who I need to, if I need to put in there. Okay, while I'm still talking. Like, this is all in 1 second. There's 6 things you got to do while you're doing, like, to be a great performer at one time. And it's just like, there's, like, that is where the art supposed to come. It's like, okay, I got something from this set. Not, here's somebody who has all of my opinions. He's a great comic. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You're supposed to, like, change and you're supposed to create conversation.
But is there a city that you don't care what they think?
I don't care what anybody thinks. Okay. I don't give, like, because it's like, if you're there, you're there. Like, there's no way you see anything I do and then you're gonna come to my show and then just what? It's like I'm too, like, though the crazy guy said crazy wild stuff. Like, that's not gonna, there's but also I don't say anything that is
what is that?
Overtly offensive.
Is that picking up? I don't think that's picking up.
Yeah. Like, I don't say, I don't ever like attack anybody. I attack, like, because even the joke that I had when we were, and I was like, I want everybody to be happy. White women love being happy so much they compete with it. Like, they love being sad so much they compete with being sad, and it's just being like, no, I have a mental, like, any new one that come out is in the bio. And it's like, that's a real thing. Like, if you get upset about that, how are you gonna get upset about that? You have it. You have it. You came here, this is like, but then the same thing, I was like, yo, we don't do that. Like, I'm still giving you a solution. Like, I'm not chastising you for it. It's just being like, don't do that, because you're bringing negativity into yourself. Anybody bad, anybody like when I was in college, we were studying like the Japanese rice cups. You know what I'm talking about?
Japanese rice cups.
So it's this philosopher in Japan, and basically what he did, he put 30% rice, 70% water in 3 different jars, right? Okay. Because your body is 30% and then 70% water.
30% rice and
70%. You look like you 30% rice. I know I am. Oh my mama Cajun, we ate rice with everything. So I know for a fact we go get the big rice. Like that's sometimes why we had that. What'd you have for breakfast? Sugar rice? What'd you have for dinner? Butter rice? Butter rice and things. Yeah, you have to eat that. So I know for a fact I'm 30% rice. But what they did, he put it in 3 different rooms.
Okay.
And in one room, he wrote "I hate you" on there, and he would have him and his kids go say like mean things to it, and then he would put the other one in sunlight, and then like everybody would go say nice things, and he left one that was like just left alone, as a control.
Yeah.
So after 60 days, he came to the one that I said "I hate you," and it was moldy and green, and it stunk.
Dang.
And the one that they left alone was completely black, and then the one that was that they say nice things was still sweet, had like an aroma, and it was still good because words like that energy, you really do absorb the things. So like, yeah, if you put yourself in a dark, neglectful place, like I just don't accept that. I'm coming here to have the most fun. No one's gonna have more fun than me. I flew here. I flew Frontier with no window, like in a window seat.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, it was like in a window. I'm in a windows with like, oh no, I'm gonna have fun. Like it is the same thing. If I paid to come outside, like I bought clothes to come tell you, I'm going to have fun. So if you continuously bring that into, it's like I'm gonna have like, what are you gonna say to somebody who's just having fun?
Yeah.
No matter how mad you are, what pisses you off worse? That dude who's just still smiling.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I've been told I smile too much supposedly, and some people have said it's like.
Who said that?
A few people have been like, it makes me uncomfortable how much you smile. Yeah.
They need more hugs.
That's Seattle.
You hugging everybody?
Oh my gosh.
You don't give hugs?
So yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
You have to feel it out in Seattle. It can be.
Nah, bro. I just walk. What are they gonna do?
Some people get uncomfortable with hugs.
But what happened? They get uncomfortable until they nuzzle in, and they're just like, bro, I needed that.
Oh my gosh. I think that's why I've been pushing this like fist bump thing. And like it's been making people uncomfortable because I feel like it could be everywhere, but people misread handshakes way too much. They don't know what to do next, or it's like some people get this sloppy fish or whatever. There's just
get a
I just do the fist bump. So doing a hug, that's like you gotta know the person. I feel
or just you gotta be one remove. So it's like if I said when I gave you a hug when I met you because I do Monica, I hug like Monica don't give a hug, but she gonna hug. She know I'm like I'm pretty sure she got prepared mentally that whole day. It's like I gotta give a hug. Let me go to a coat rack. Just let me see if I can still do these. Yeah. But it's like I'm going I'm gonna hug. Like it's just one of those. It's like y'all get in here.
Is that a screw in your ear?
Yeah. But it's like a fake one. I used to have gauges, but no more.
Okay. So you're like a punk rock country guy.
Yeah.
Or something.
I am what they call hood Billy.
Hood Billy. Okay.
They got a punk rock hood Billy.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's really everything. Like I'm because I grew up around redneck hippies.
Yeah.
Like so it's like they got some of the best blues collections you've ever heard in your entire life.
Okay.
Like, and it's just you just kind of soak in all these people that you think are great, and they are great.
Yeah.
Like, and so they're like, and they're still great to you. Like my moms and dads that weren't my parents. Like they still like they.
Yeah.
It's weird though when you see, like you post something and in the middle of it and you're like, that's my baby.
Yeah.
It's like this ain't the post, man. It's viral.
Yeah.
Mama Sherry, you don't have to.
Yeah.
I remember him when he was in diapers.
That's what's happening to me. One of my cousins found my YouTube channel and they're like liking everything, but they're fucking. My cousin's a conspiracy theorist. She's kind of crazy, so she's been looking at all my posts and like I made this whole video about Mickey Mouse, and then she was like, "That's because it's grooming, cuz." And I'm like, "Oh my!" I'm just like, just don't. I'm happy you're watching my stuff now, but please just don't respond on my post.
It's because it's grooming.
Mickey Mouse is not. I don't think Mickey Mouse has to relate to grooming. But I guess if you're in conspiracy, we could go down that rabbit.
Yeah, if you want to. You can believe in whatever you want, bro. There is nothing to delusional belief is how I've gotten this far in life, bro. There is nothing.
Yeah.
You can believe in whatever you want to believe. Like,
yeah.
I could just be like, no, I don't feel like believing in that right now.
Yeah.
Like, I can turn off what I believe in at times. Like, like just based on like this, like.
What? Can you wait? Yeah, I actually need an explanation.
Yeah, I do. So it's like if I see. Like an old lady crossing the street, like I'm gonna walk with her because now I believe in God because I need something. Like,
okay.
It's just innately, and like I don't cut in front of like women in line because like that's just something that's like but then like if I'm really hungry and I don't even like this, like you know what I'm saying, like if you about my age or something, like I don't like, and I can just see like you just on like you don't even give respect. Just like I'm like you're not getting in front of me.
Okay.
Like there's like so you can turn it on, turn it off.
I feel like you ever been on like
a wobbly flight?
No. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like a
You ever been pulled
turbulent.
over?
Yeah, man.
Do you? How much do you believe in God?
No. Sure, no.
He
Yeah,
might
I've
did,
had some
like,
crazy. Yeah.
You just like there's certain situations you're like, hey man,
Oh my
you know I
God.
don't never talk to you, man. You know when you go to court, well, yeah, bro. When
Are you a religious guy?
nah.
Well, you're from the South, aren't people in the Bible
Yeah,
Belt type shit?
well, the music down there is real good. Like Southern gospel music is
Yeah.
really good. They have very, very talented musicians. So it's like,
Yeah.
and I mean, my dad was a pastor and a musician, so we like that's how I ended up being a musician. And so
Yeah.
it's like I love the music more than I love the
God.
community. It's like it's just like dude, because there's in my brain from how like how I do ethics
Yeah.
is everything I've read in 4 or 5 different books is God is love.
Yeah.
So just go love people.
Okay.
That's it. Go give. What are the commandments? I won't sleep with my neighbor's wife if I love my neighbor. If I love my brother, I won't kill him. I won't steal from you. I won't like. That's all it. And everything is just go give love. No love. Go give love. The people who love the hardest, like
unless you're a gay guy, then you can't give.
You well, see that's a different thing. And so a lot of those rules that were written were based on population control. So if you say like of a mass group of people, 98% of them are stupid. So you have to create rules about why you can't do certain things.
Yeah.
So especially back then, if you need your army is your population. So unless somebody sees somebody you want, they come kill. So like we need more people.
Yeah.
So can 2 dudes make a baby? No. 2 women can. So y'all don't do that because we need more people. Don't have sex on a period because you're getting sick and you're dying. We don't like crustaceans because we don't know how to cook them. People are getting sick and dying. We don't like swine because we don't know how to cook it. People are getting sick and dying. So we're not gonna risk it. We don't do that no more. That's all that is. That entire thing is just like, how do I build a civilization? For things that we don't know how to do, we'll just outlaw it.
But you believe they take it too seriously now?
No, it's just, you don't. Everybody's not going to see things the way I see it.
Oh,
it's certain.
So it's your perspective versus.
Yeah. I've always been curious. So it's like I go into research something. I want to know why somebody did something.
Yeah.
Even if they're dead wrong, like you know what I mean. Like even if somebody, because they're right to somebody else.
Yeah.
There are terrible people in history that are completely right in how they grew up and what they did. Like I had to write a paper on that, like about why if I was on the side about if I had to defend them.
Yeah.
And so it's like then you kind of like look at things
mustache.
Well, it's not. He's an art student. He was an art student first, so that means art can only come from a place of depravity, no matter what it is. If you want to paint, if somebody looks at a wall, I'm gonna look at a wall different than another painter's gonna look at a wall. Then a graffiti artist gonna be like, no, this is what I think people need to see right here. This would look good here. And so it's like, if you're growing up poor and people snatched a bunch of stuff from you, like, and you got like, the methods are not. I'm not justifying anything, but it's just like it's one of those just being like, how can you tell somebody who's been backed into nowhere what they should react to? He was born in a reactionary period of other people that mistakes of like going to war, and they said, no, we're going to keep taking all of your land, we're going to keep taking your money, we're going to take all your jobs.
Okay.
And so if I'm poor, like I don't care. Like it's the same thing. I could turn it off. Like when I used to get in trouble. I used to get in trouble a lot. So it's like, in one thing is like, oh, if I'm stealing from Walmart because I need to feed like my sister and that because they're hungry, and my parents, I hear them crying over money. Like everybody's gonna say I'm right because if you've been hurt, but the person who owns the place, they lost money.
Right.
So then I'm wrong. So it's all about where your ethic is at that point. It's like, which one are you going to go to? It's like, if you're in depravity, go into this situation. So it's like, that's how I kind of like learn how to like think about like, take a step back. It happened for a reason. Yeah. And it continuously happens, doesn't it? Like there's war continuously going on for the exact same reason.
I love how we've covered everything. We've covered R. Kelly, Hitler. What are your opinions on Palestine?
I don't. I don't. That's because it's the same thing. I can see it from both sides.
Right.
Even though people won't allow you to do that.
Yeah.
Either you're a Democrat or you're a Republican.
We're gonna get canceled for drinking Starbucks coffee, by the way.
Is that Starbucks coffee? That's why I'm talking like this. But if it was Dunkin', bro, I'd have no opinions.
I'm dead. Wait, so I'm still confused on you're here because of why are you in Seattle? Just because
man, you gotta.
It's just like a comedy. Well, obviously there's
I
comedy
mean, I'll
here.
do. So I'm blessed that I have people, places.
Yeah.
You know, like, and so it's just like I can, and I've done. Like, I think me and Monica both had like Best of Fest at 10,000 Laughs Festival in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
And it's like, cause like they know anybody who's ever seen me, you see me with that much energy, with that much like focus, with that many amount of laughs. Everybody's having a good time. Like I don't care if there's 2 people. I don't care if there's 6,000 people. You came to see me.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a show. So it's easier for me to like move around and just be like, oh, I can go hang out with my friends in the city. Oh, it's a comedy city. I'm around if you need somebody. And they're like, oh yeah, no, I want, like I don't tell jokes like everybody else does, because that's the thing that like people want to come back for. It's like, I don't do the same timing that everybody else does. I don't do the same setups. I
didn't know where to breathe, honestly.
No,
when you were doing it, I was like, I felt like I
it.
was holding my breath the entire time you were talking.
Well, it's an Atlanta style. Like there's a lot of people, because like our crowds aren't trained. Like when I started, like like we were just like jumping into like a bar, and then like having an open mic, and so in Atlanta, like everybody's blue collar people are the funniest people. Does not matter. There is no comic funnier than anybody who I drove a forklift with. There is no comic that is funnier than anybody I went fishing with. Yeah. There is no comic that's funnier than anybody I worked back a house with. There is no, every chef I know is funnier than almost every comic I've ever, like, these people have crazy, hilarious stories of doing wild stuff. So it's like, they're going to be, like, and we all grow up around each other. So if you come up there and you say one thing that's not funny, and they just stop. They just don't listen no more.
Yeah.
That's why Matt Rife had a bad time. Yeah. Often we're just like, bro, this isn't impressive. Like, you asked me something and trying to roast me. That's all we, like, everybody who I'm around in Atlanta, everybody who I've we talk shit from the moment you see us until the moment we leave. We don't care what you got going on. We were saying the worst thing, like, my best friends, I've said the worst things too.
Yeah.
and cackled. Couldn't breathe. Vein up my neck. Dude, one of my homeboys, Kyle, he's a tattoo artist down in Florida. Okay. And I was getting this moth tattoo. And he was like, he owns the shop, so one of his homies is doing it. He's like, it's like you could put like a coin in and it'll drop into a random tattoo for like $50. Right, and I was like, I'm already here, might as well get another one. And he walks up and he was like, he's like, are you getting a moth because your skin is nighttime? Oh. That's hilarious. Yeah. That's hilarious, because I was like, is that why white girls get butterfly tattoos? Because it's daytime. Yeah, that's and it's just like I've snuck up on a friend and I'm like, boo, and he's like, oh man, I thought I smelled grape. Like, that's hilarious. Like, that is hilarious to me. I can laugh about stuff like that. So it's like, we always just have. So if you're coming up there and you're not ready for that kind of sense of humor, and you're just trying to shove jokes down, they're just not gonna listen. Right. And they're going to turn around and start talking. So it's like I had to fucking write like that. Like, just.
That makes sense.
So it's like, then because if I send 1,000 shots, you're not going to be able to block all of them.
Right.
Like, I'm just coming up here punching. I'm just, whatever hit. If you can't get it, I'm still in there. I'm throwing every joke. Everything I've ever thought that was funny is going right in this joke.
Amazing.
I'm a sardine can. Yeah.
So, like, what were your opinions of Seattle before being in Seattle? And now you're here.
My cousin told me it was just a lot of bad weather and pronouns.
Yeah.
But they had a really cool like hardcore scene, and I had some friends that are up here. And they like it, and I leave myself open to enjoy anything.
Yeah.
So like I haven't had a bad day up here. I haven't had. I only had one stressful interaction. Well, I was flying to Denver for like 3 days, and from the moment I got on the train from Pioneer Square, this dude did not know how to get anywhere, but he saw that I was black. It was like him and his wife. Yeah. And I think they were Middle Eastern somewhere. Okay. And so he was like, you go to airplane, like, you know what I mean, like, and I was like, yeah. And so then like, I'm like, yeah, you just go over here, like the train goes this way. And then, so like, so then I was just his tour guide, no matter where we went. Like I'm talking about, I'm talking about through the airport. Like
Oh
he's
my
like, which
God.
way do I? I was like, bro, I'm not from here.
That's amazing.
I'm trying to get out. So like we go through, like I even like, and so it's crazy. So then I'm getting on the trains because it's like inside the Seattle airport, it like breaks off. It's like
Yeah.
to get to the S gate, you got to take like 3
It's
trains.
fucking annoying as fuck.
Yeah, so I'm like, he's looking at the ticket, and like I'm like, so like I went through because I got clear, so I went through clear, and they went through like, so like I'm just waiting on the train, and so then I look up from the train, and he's right there, like he's like got his pass, like, and he's like, where do I go? Like it's like, like
You thought you had
I'm
him too
gonna,
with the clear. You're like,
I just thought he figured it out, but I was like, but I can't not go, like I can't not go help these, you know what I mean? Because that could be, you know, my parents, that could be my grandparents, like it's just like that could be my aunt or uncle, or you know, because I have a lot of foreign family too. It's like also I've been places like if a grown man asks you for help, bro, you don't know what he went through before he asked you for That man probably was on that train all day. You don't know where he goes. So I'm like, all right.
Oh my God.
I was like, all right, you asked me for help. So I'm looking at it. I was like, yeah, you're going to, he's going to my gate. He's going to my gate. I saw it. There's no seat numbers. He goes to my gate. We were both going to Denver. I am 1A. He is 2B and 2C with his wife like behind. So like even when we get on the flight, like they're like asking, he's like looking over to see, it's like, oh, if you want Coca-Cola or like I'm saying the exact same thing, but they like he did it. So I'm just, then we get off the flight.
Oh no.
And he's taking the train into town too. And he's like, do we have to? I was like, man, I don't know. I'm not paying for the train though. I don't.
Yeah.
When I get to somebody's city, I'm not paying for that.
Yeah.
There's always, bro, especially if you have a different accent and you act like you don't know and you start to cry a little bit as a dude, people leave you alone. Like dudes aren't allowed to cry. You got to stop that right then and there. I don't care if it's at a bar. I don't, like have you ever seen a grown man cry in public?
No.
You instinctively you just go, I don't know why. Hey, brother, stop. Wait, chill out, man. You know what I mean? So if you just go, I just went, oh my God, I thought it was, he's like, the dude was like, you got to download the app. And I was like, I don't, this bus doesn't have Wi-Fi. And he's like, bro, just.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh my. So was your goal to stay here for more than a show? Like,
yeah.
Or has that kind of evolved since you've been here?
Well, I'm going down to San Diego. I'm just traveling. I don't, after writing the show and because we got all these sketches done and then we got all these other sketches written and we're shopping that. So it's basically I needed new experiences so that I can start writing and get to like writing again. Even like it's older because like sometimes just like I'll be on a flight. Like when I was flying to Denver, I was like, that's a joke I forgot from like, you know, I get to write that like, but you can't put like if you're still seeing the same things and like it's just like that Monday, like your brain never has like a second, or you have to like at that point I have to get something bad has to happen and get depressed, or I have to like see somebody. Like I go to a lot of karaoke things just because like watching somebody perform and they're having a good time sparks my brain for something, or if I go see like a band that sparks my brain for something. Any of my friends that do comedy, if I see them do like a great joke, that makes me, I want to be better than them, so like it makes me want to write. But it's like, so you got to put yourself in like different climates. So I was like I was kind of hoping Seattle wasn't gonna like anything I was doing, but they love it. So it was like I've had like 3 great crowds, like you know what I mean. So it's like it was so much fun. Like I've been loving it. Even when I was doing karaoke last night, it was so much fun. I met like some really, really cool people. So it's like it's you kind of want to, but if you can't do that, I'm like, okay, let me bounce around. Let me go do some silly stuff. Let's go get drunk at the beach. Like let me just walk through Seattle until I find something funny. You know, because like my brain's like taking in new information. Like I'm not used to seeing mountains. Like, you know, just right anywhere. The little thing. Yeah. So I'll come out here and sit by the dock and just like stare out, you know, just to like, because it's like, oh, well, my brain has to like download this mountain. But then at the other time, my brain's like also like, oh, while we're taking in new information, let's go through some of these old files. Do you need this in your brain? It's just like, remember this joke? And I was like, oh, fuck, that was hilarious. Why did I stop doing that? Just because I started doing something, preparing for something else. So it's like, it's really just like a creativity tour. If anything, it's just being like, okay, that's a funny skit. This is a funny thing that happens. especially I think one of the news scripts we just wrote is about my homegirl who like she cooked. She was cooking burgers. She had like cocktails. She had like a spread.
Yeah.
She had an entire spread. And so we're all sitting over here. We got like wine, and we're sitting, we're chilling. And then she just screams from the kitchen, and she's like, "God damn it!" And we were like, "Yo, what happened?" And then she's like, "I forgot the tater tots." And I was like, "I guess I gotta call the police now."
Oh my gosh.
And so I started writing the sketch just based off of that. Like, what happens if somebody was actually overreacting? Like, you actually had to go to prison.
Yeah.
Like, you were just like, man, like, they got a gun in your back of your head, and there's like, it's like hostile. They're like dragging, like, you're like, have a police report. Like, somebody's crying, like, 911 your emergency. And it's just like, my wife forgot the tater tots. And it's just like, we're sending the SWAT. Like, it's like, she like loses her kids.
Amazing.
It's like, it's not that, like, but you don't get that unless you're like, living in that and like ready for it.
That's what I need to get out more. Like I meet a ton of new people, but like I went from like figuring out ways to finally get my own space to having my own space when I'm here for like 15 hours a day. Like I'm just like creating stuff and stuff, but like I need to like anything that I've been interested in, I've somehow turned into like making money. So like I need to figure out which is
you're supposed to.
I guess, but then you don't know how to like what's relaxing then. You know what I mean? Like I liked the wrestling stuff, so I started doing the podcast thing. I like comedy, so I started going on tour with comedians. So I'm getting paid for everything. But then, like, I'm like, what do I enjoy that I don't get paid for? Or I like music, so I have like my DJ shits right there. I'm a DJ too, you know. So like,
bro. No, have fun. That's what like growing.
I don't know how to have fun. I guess I have because I like everything I do, but I wouldn't say it's like. I feel like I'm too like business oriented on things, or like I go to a lot of concerts. Because I get paid to like I get paid to do like the interviews, or you know I just have them on, and then like PR people will give me their tickets to the shows.
Yeah.
And then like if I don't like a concert, I'll leave within like 20 minutes. You know what I mean? So like my experience or like my brain chemistry towards what's fun or what I'm interested in or not is like very like I don't give things much chances anymore. So maybe that I just need to like explore, get out of the city, or I don't know. You know what I mean?
There's people who would tell you to like trust the process because everybody's looking for the end.
Yeah.
I always say enjoy the process. No matter what it is, you're still getting the chance to live.
Yeah.
So it's like if you really start thinking just being like, I'm doing this, you're doing something that somebody wants to do.
Yeah.
And you're getting paid. So it's like until you learn to like enjoy, it's perfectly fine to enjoy it because there's like once I started thinking like that, like there's times where like say me and my friends are doing our water slide part, like I know I'm having one of the best days of my life. And sometimes I just like to say, like, man, this is one of them really good days that like, no matter what you can say, and learning to recognize that is the most precious day in a thing. Cause like, you're gonna get older or you're gonna die. There's just two things that's gonna happen. Like, that's it. So it's like, if you know that today's like, I was excited. You know what I mean? I went to the gym. I had a great time. I was like, I couldn't wait to come do, cause like I'm on, like, no matter if it's like to somebody else, like that's not like, it's not the breakfast. That doesn't matter. You don't get to weigh how I appreciate what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like nobody else gets it. So it's like learning to appreciate those small like things. Just being like, man, I'm getting to go to shows for free. If I wanted to, I could bring somebody else who knows it, you know, like this, and then you can like move around. Cause when you start being able to enjoy it, then you get even more and more. Cause it's like there's a lot of the people who sponsor my shows, like the beer sponsors and the liquor sponsors, like I go to everything because they know like Daddy wants to go. Oh man, I got Monster Jam tickets, I got wrestling tickets, I got Hawks tickets, I got football tickets. Like who am I gonna want to go with that's going to have a good time no matter babysit? I don't have to. There you're gonna see me with a hot dog and a beer in my hand. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna like everything I do, I'm gonna have more fun than you.
Yeah.
So it's like once you start just being like every day, I had fun today. Just because this one thing did not like, but then I get excited being like, okay, that didn't go my way. But now I'm excited because now my brain is like, how can I improve myself that next time either I'm ready or I'm even overly prepared for this. So it's like, once you start looking at the beauty in that instead of looking at like the end goal, because the end goal, that's it.
Right. That's true.
That's it. Then
it's interesting.
Retirement kills more than anything.
Yeah, because they don't do anything.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because it's very like, I'm a very like glasses half full guy. I'm very optimistic. I smile, like I said, I smile a lot. But then figuring out how to enjoy it it's interesting. Like the enjoying part. I haven't thought about that.
Bring somebody with you, man.
I do. Though. It's a weird thing, man. I think I just need to get out of the city or something.
Get out.
I don't know,
dude.
I like what you're doing, but then it was funny because when I was until talking to you, like even like going to your show and then like obviously I'm producing your and Monica's episode.
Mhm.
I guess I thought you were like a rabid crazy guy.
I am.
Well, I guess you are. You could, yeah, maybe.
I'm wild. I'm wild. They call me stray dog. DAWG.
But there's more. Like you've been to college. Like you're doing this to like be creative. Like there's more to you than being like a rabid, crazy guy. So it's interesting. So I'm getting a new perspective just by talking to you.
That's the person that I like when my theater teacher who taught me how to do comedy in high school. We used to have comedy nights in high school that she did the first 2 years I was there. You don't write, you keep a good part of yourself, but you can either write for a worse version of yourself or a better version of yourself. And I kind of just method acted myself into a better person because like the person who I wanted to be is the free fun, like the guy in the barbershop who's got a gold hoop earring and drives a Harley with the lights on it blasting funk music. Like those guys have more fun.
Yeah.
I like those guys, they might work in the garbage. Like I wanted to be that cool. I like those cool dudes. I like the way they walk, the way they talk, how they come in, like like I emulate them now because like a lot of them either have like moved or like passed on. Like the dudes that like I looked up, especially like my dad, like just coming, hey baby, how you doing, man? Like it's just when it's buttery like that, when it's really like it's really yourself, like you kind of just do that. So when I wrote that character, it's just being like, what's the funnest person I've ever seen on stage was like Bernie Mac or anything. It's just like, you can come in there and you can be unhinged and say these wild things and have like this good time. But like, I'm also like trying to be that person. So like, if I ever feel like I caught up, I just raise the bar again. I just keep raising the bar. Like, what would that dude do if he was in this position? Like, what would you like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I elevate my act and elevate myself. Like I grow with it,
right?
So it's like, I'm wild. I'm wild on stage, but I am wild, but it's like, it's not exactly the same. Like I'm always going to be having fun, but I don't perform for people all the time.
Right.
So, because when I'm performing, like that's a whole different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to be funny.
For sure.
Like you're going to be cool. Like no matter what, you're always going to be. You're always going to be chill. But like when you're like, cameras on. Like you know what I mean? Like and it's like let me because I'm performing. Like this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And then like so it's like I don't perform for people all the time. Like that's why you need like real friends and stuff like that. My friends are funnier than me. Like all they like I'm talking about cackling. Like I literally saw my friend Haley bartends at the Unicorn, and she country than me, and I think one of the best things you can do with somebody with a thicker accent than you is call them out. So like country people love doing that. So she was like, I wish I knew you was in town, darn it. And I was like, wish you knew you was in town, darn it. And we just take turns doing that to each other. But just like when you was there, she was like, man, I'll tell you, the world, the universe has been raining down on me. Let me tell you about it. And it's just like, it's just good to, it's just like, it's just good to, like, I don't know. I've been loving Seattle. It's nice.
Hell yeah. That's cool.
I've met some really cool keepables.
Okay. Keepables.
Like there's some people you just like you can stay.
Yeah.
Like whenever I come, like whenever I come, like I like you a keepable dude.
Hey, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that's collect. My friend Vaughn used to say I collect humans. Like it's just like that's a good one.
As long as it's not like Jeffrey Dahmer collecting.
No. I both
that's a
my
serial
parents.
killer joke for you guys. Seattle.
Yeah. I don't. There's too many delicious things in the world for me to start eating people. Or
it depends on what you think is delicious, though. You know what I'm saying?
Good food.
But some people would say Jeffrey Dahmer thought humans were good food.
Yeah, but there's a lot of other things I can say.
This is a fucking family-friendly show.
This is a family-friendly show. That's it. What the fuck? Jeffrey Dahmer, man. That's
oh my god.
They love serial killers, bro. You ever done that? You ever woke up to a girl just watching a murder podcast, calm eating chips?
Yeah. No, for sure.
And then like you turn around and she kind of like scratches your head a little bit. It's like, nah, what you mean?
Like everyone from like my mom's like a born and bred Seattleite. She only watches like true crime shows.
Seattleite.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that word yet?
Nah.
Are you serious?
It's like our ATLians.
Yeah.
But of course y'all knew that.
I knew that just from Outkast.
Yeah.
Do people actually call each ATLians?
It's like a.
That song's a dope song, but
you say it. There's certain people who say it, but you've been there for a long. It's how you say when you say Atlanta, like you
Yeah.
know who's like a real like
Llama.
the ATL, yeah, Atlanta. Everybody in it, we have heavy tongues. Our
Yeah.
tongues are weigh 6 more pounds.
Pause.
Yeah, They'll pause. Nah, look, for the women out there, they don't put that weight on you.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Put the
I'm
weight on
dead.
it. No, let them know. We do supper around here.
Oh my
We do-
God.
That's different because the supper different from
Yeah,
dinner.
Seattle doesn't know about supper.
You don't know, yeah, supper. It is because I do know because it's like dinner is anything you can make within 2 hours.
Yeah.
Supper took all day.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like supper, like you knew they was coming up.
Oh
Like
my
that's
God.
with a crock pot. Like I ain't see a lot of crock pots out
Yeah,
here.
Fair
Like
enough.
just when it's sitting, like that's supper.
Yeah.
Anything like that, like brisket, that's supper. You know what I mean? Like, but if you could make it in hours, that's just dinner. It's supper. It's like back in the
Oh,
day. You remember? Well, I don't know if you might have been too young, but women used to have these things called curlers.
Yes.
They used to have curlers in their hair,
Yeah.
right? And it's just like when you saw a woman with curly hair, you didn't waste her time because she been wearing that for 5 days.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
She been
Oh my God.
don't waste her time. You better bring the good dick. You know what I mean? You best have your money together. Like that.
Oh my God.
You see them curls? She been waiting. She been crock potting this
She's been
situation.
crock-potting.
Yeah, that's when you saw them curlers. Like you was like,
Oh my
Auntie getting
God.
some on Friday.
Oh my God. That's
You gonna-
amazing. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Oh Lord.
Oh man, you gonna lose all your sponsorship.
So you started comedy because of high school? Is that what I'm hearing?
Uh,
Your theater teacher, you're saying?
That's how I got into it. But when I was in college, my father got like real sick, and so I moved back, and I was working at this car wash. I loved working at the car wash up until we got like these new owners and whatever. But I had to do something, and also I had to get off of drugs, and so the only way to beat like an addiction is with another addiction. That's just like what my philosophy. So he's like, just go do something. Like, so it's like, there's some people who's like, all right, well, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna go like work out, like and so like I got back into working out because I love lifting weights, but that wasn't anything new, so it never really replaced that that addiction. So then I was like, well, let me see if I can like something I could be great in, something that's gonna be like challenging, and there's nothing better than like do like you know what I mean, like it's kind of like I came out and I did it. Like I did one set. I was supposed to do 3 minutes. I did 36 seconds because as soon as I got a laugh, I was out of there. You're not gonna have me up here like figuring out the rest. Like, no, I did it. I did. Everybody laugh.
Yeah.
And so like there's even when you do bad or somebody does good, like it consumed such a big portion of it, and I didn't want to disappoint my family. I didn't want to disappoint like my friends and stuff because like even. I mean, I got a brother that that passed away from fentanyl. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like there's real thing. Even when my dad passed away, like I kind of like even when I wanted to try like to put like it just doesn't work out. Like it's not conducive to the person that I want it to be and who I'm like gonna be. It's just like there's none of it works.
But wouldn't you say comedy is like a super like drug fueled industry?
Kind of. It's just depend on what you call a drug. So there's.
Yeah, cocaine's not a
cocaine is a drug, which too much of anything is it. But it's like when I eat weed, I need my brain to slow down. Like I don't think anybody, like I can think of 3 things at the same time. Like there's I can. That's how. Like when I read, because I got to go back and reread because sometimes I'll put words in there just because I was thinking of a word. Like there's like my brain just moves that fast. That's why stuff is funny to me. I can download like. I can tell anybody what they were wearing the last time they saw, or like any of my friends, you can ask them and be like, hey, where did I put this? I was like, oh, you put that in your glove compartment like 2 weeks ago. And they're just like, how do you, because like my brain downloaded that. Like, that's just how my brain works.
Yeah.
So so when you get to, it's like a wordsmith, it's like, yo, I built this unbreakable sword out of elements nobody else could have used, and I did it my way, and then everybody sees it, and then it's like, hey, it's like, oh yeah, this, it'll kill. I watch that sometimes, but there's like when you watch, like it's like, hey, this is this this joke is, here's this axe that I built. Like nobody else. This is my Mjolnir.
Mhm.
This is my how do y'all? And they're just like, and everybody's like, oh, this is amazing. Like that's where it's come, like where it's like actually beautiful. And that laugh or even like a smile is like their acceptance. And like, and so if you get the opportunity to be like, hey man, here's the way I see the world, and everybody laughs and everybody has a good time and they want to come talk to you afterwards, like that's, you got the opportunity to do that.
Mm.
You know, like my grandparents couldn't have, they didn't have like those opportunities. Like, you know,
Right.
like they didn't, like, this is what they sat down and got beat for. This is what, you know, my mom and my dad like marched for. This is where like your aunt, like, you know what I mean? Like they gave you, like, we can come to Seattle and then I can fly to another city and I can fly to another city and I can get paid for it.
Yeah.
Like, and so it's like, that's so beautiful when you guys like, this is what they wanted. Like you have this opportunity, no matter what else is against you, they still like little victories led up to this.
For sure.
Little victories led up to us being able, I took a bus and a train here. Nobody made me get up. Nobody made me go to the back. Nobody like, so I'm going to use their wins and then, you know, so it's like a beautiful, everything when you like kind of take it in and you like look at how gorgeous the thing is. Like, that's why my eyesight is always on like a giant goal and doing anything because it's like so much fun. So I can be like, hey, I can come to Seattle for no reason. And in everybody else's brain, they're just like, why?
Yeah.
And it's like, because you had the why. Because you just said why is why I'm here.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? If I got a place I can stay for free, see some people that I haven't seen in a long time, get some hugs. I don't ever know when I'm 33. Like a lot of my friends died. Like you know what I mean? Like you don't ever know. Like and it might not be anything they could do. I had to bury 2 people this year from prostate cancer. 2 tough dudes that were like living healthy got prostate cancer. Like I know when the last time I hugged them. Like you know what I mean? Like it's just like so like. But I'll never be able to do it again. Yeah. So why not go out there? If I can see some people, give them a hug, like, love on them. And then, you're like, I can go back home and they're like, oh, now I got this love I didn't have before. Now I can write, because like, you never know how people see you either. I've seen a lot of people out here and they think I'm like murdering it. But in my brain, sometimes I'm like, I ain't doing nothing. Or they don't even know what's coming. Cause like, I haven't even like, nobody's like, I showed Monica, I'll send you some of the clips so you can see it. But like, they don't know what that is. Like my family doesn't know. They just know I'm filming. Yeah. They might think it might be like a 4K camera. But it's like, no, this is a production. Like I'm spending like this 5-minute scene's gonna cost $20,000. Like you know what I mean? Like they don't understand. For sure. And I don't even bring them into that until they see it and they're like, oh no, I didn't know it was that. So it's like that's
I guess my why was more because I'm like battling with like I'm getting these cool opportunities. Like I literally got like part of a program that gave me like a grant to be in the space for like multiple months for free before I have to pay for rent. Oh, man. It's like there's a lot of cool opportunities I'm getting, but at the same time I'm still battling like if I really actually like Seattle, even though I'm from Seattle, I have a fucking like half my leg is a Seattle skyline tattoo, like so. But like it's interesting to like hear your perspective, and that's inspiring for me. I will say our light just died, so we have about like that means we've been talking for like at least an hour and a half already, or something like that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but we have some.
We should start a new podcast. But with that, I just want to like, because I actually booked 2 guests today, so we have another one after that. You can meet them if you want. They were just on a Netflix show, so that's kind of cool. Oh, shit. But I guess my final question is, I guess it's always my final question is like, what is some advice? But I genuinely like my final question usually is, what is your advice for up and coming people? But I genuinely mean for me, what is your advice for me, and in turn, what would your advice be for other like up and coming comics, etc.?
If the road is clear, run. Don't second guess your blessings just because you're used to losing. You're used to getting a no, and now you're getting yeses, and now you're trying to be like, oh, do I even want? Yes, you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been there. So if the road is clear for you, run. Like reach. You're 20. You got enough time to lose twice. Like big. You can make 2 big mistakes right now and still be alive. Like you know what I mean. So it's like, why not? Like don't be scared of how big you could be. Yeah. If they're literally they opened it up and they're just like, there's nothing in front of you right now, and people are literally giving you water on your run there. Yeah, they're like, hey, also can you do like take that, run with it, jump bigger, jump higher, like you know what I'm saying? No matter what somebody else like, because if you tell somebody they might not see the way you know what I mean, like open your gaze as big as you can while you're here. It's the same thing like people who have writer's block. I don't ever have writer's block because I have every time I've written down something that was funny, I can come back to it and then live in that moment, be like, oh, I could have said this, that this was funny.
Mm-hmm.
So right now you have all these opportunities, like start thinking about even more ideas. And then if you get a no, keep going.
Yeah.
If you get a no, that means you still sparked, like you still like, okay, that was an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else might like it. Or maybe I need to learn how to repackage it. This is actually what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't second guess yourself if things are happening. That doesn't make any sense. That's just because you want to be at the part, like, I've been at the bottom. I'm comfortable here because I know I can still go forward. And don't ever have that losing mentality. Reach bigger. Because nobody knows what the future is. Nobody podcasts weren't a thing. Like I wasn't at no point when I wanted to be a Power Ranger. I wanted to be a ninja.
Same,
I was never like, I want to be on a podcast. Like never, not one time. But it's like, this is a thing. Yeah. This is a thing that you can make money and you can have fun and you can get your art out there.
Fuck yeah.
But it took somebody being like, what if I made my own radio? What if Uber was, I don't want to pay for taxes.
Yeah.
Everything came from somebody being like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. It'd be better if it was this way. And if you have that and you can see like what you would want, how you want people to see Seattle, you have that opportunity.
Yeah.
You have that outlet. You have the things that are good. So you can, even if you messed it up right now, you're still 23, bro. Like that's 20, like I know in your brain it doesn't make any sense, but think about when you're 18 and how grown you felt.
Right.
You slap you right now if you was 18. Like when you get to, like, you could have been doing, told you to get like if I saw a 23-year-old me, I'm putting hands on him. Like, just off rip. Why you put me through this? You know, so it's like there's, you got enough time, like you got enough time to die, rebirth before you even, like, my age.
Yeah.
And I'm still having fun doing it, but like I could have been having, that's the only thing I'm mad about. Is that I could have been having fun.
Yeah.
And not on pills and not like doing wild, like woe is me. Like I could have been having fun. So there's like, even if it was like a month that happened to me, I'm still mad about it. Like I could have been having fun. So it's like, it's that right now, just have fun, reach for the sky. Like if somebody tells you no, that means you're still on the right track. Yeah. If somebody tells you yes, that means you on the same road that somebody else also took to get there. So it's just keep doing that, man.
Fuck yeah.
I believe in you, man.
Hell yeah. I will say, when I actually, my parents had to tell me that Power Rangers weren't real. I grew up actually thinking they were real, and I wanted to genuinely be a Power Ranger.
They don't, here's the thing, is parents don't know.
They're still real. They're out there.
Because they can't.
They haven't been to Japan.
They don't know. They've never been to space.
Yeah.
They can't tell me it's not real just because you haven't seen it. That doesn't make any sense. It's got to be a little bit real.
Yeah, Power Rangers are real.
What are you talking about? Like it's got to be a little bit real.
Yeah.
They made too many seasons.
Yeah.
Where are they getting this new? Where are they getting
everything
these new
comes from something,
lines?
right?
Yeah. Everything has to come from somewhere. So there's Power Rangers just because you weren't recruited.
Yeah.
But like it's that's just what it is. Like I had bad knees. I'm kind of glad I can't do backflips.
Yeah.
If you could do a backflip, you believe in Power Rangers a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's like as soon as like all those dudes who can run up the wall and do a backflip off, they all still believe in ninjas way harder than you do.
Yeah. And they have good one-liners. Oh my God, there we go. Well, with that. Oh my God. Okay, everyone, this has been Daniel Kalula. This has been Daniel Chalula.
And Otto from Rocket Power.
Where can people find you, Daniel?
Oh my God. Tiny Violence TV, TikTok, Instagrams. If you want to message me something, I say go to Instagram, TikTok. It's just, for some reason, they love me on there. They love me on TikTok. They kind of like me on Instagram. But yeah, if you holler at me, I'll let y'all know when I got shows, anything. The TV show, we're gonna be start running like the Patreon so somebody can like watch those while we're shopping it.
Nice.
And then my comedy special is gonna be out in the next like 2 weeks. We just got all the sound done and everything. It's gonna be excellent. Well, you saw some of the set, and you love, so it's like it's gonna be fun.
Fuck yeah! This has been the NAST podcast with
Daddy Fat. I'm just playing. It's Dedrick Flynn, but everybody call me Daddy. If you close, if you just call me Daddy.
And we did it.